And I'm gonna let Tommy get started. Thanks for coming out, by the way. He came all the way from Atlanta, Georgia, just to do this for us. It's pretty fucking amazing. All right. What?
45 minutes. All right. Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Hopefully we'll get this going real quick here. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. So it's me, Tommy Powers, aka Tommy Traffic. That's a nickname one of my marketing buddies gave me. It kind of stuck. I kind of like it. Pretty cool nickname. But that's because I've been doing paid traffic for like 8 years. I'll actually talk more about that in a minute. But for me, it all started in 2007. A really crazy story. What happened to me, I had congestive heart failure. I was 31 years old, and I needed a way to provide for my family. So I knew that the internet was, a big deal. And I used to do some stuff on eBay back in the day and stuff like that. That's kind of how I got into this stuff. Started dabbling around with Google AdWords and affiliate marketing and found some success early on, and that's kind of how I fell into it. Did well as an affiliate on Google Display. Back then, Google Content Network is what it was called. Not a lot of people was running it. People were telling me, oh, don't do that, whatever. I figured, if they telling me not to do it, that's probably what I should be doing. It probably sounds like some of you rebels in here, right? So I found a lot of success in that early. A lot of people wasn't really doing it. And then I learned wow, this is just numbers. This is just data. And that's really what I am more than anything than a traffic guy. But I'm really into the data, very, very heavy. So I've been certified through Google AdWords, Bing Ads, all that good stuff. I mean, I've been doing this stuff forever. Traffic and conversion expert the last 8 years. So it's not just about the traffic, because you have to be able to convert it. And converting it really means what's the number one thing that matters most in your business that's going to push you forward. It's not about, all these vanity metrics that people want to tell you about. It's about what's the one thing I can do that pushes my business forward. And that's really what we focus on when we talk about conversion. And I've spent millions of dollars doing this stuff. So, pretty much everything we'll talk about it's not theory. It's stuff that's actually working right now. So let's jump into it. Interesting fact about YouTube. You guys may know this. A lot of people don't know this. And this is actually an older article. But this said video ads sell out on YouTube likely 14%. I think that number is probably higher than 14 now. However, I still believe it's somewhere 70 to 80% of the ad inventory does not get bought. That means it's cheap. There's not a lot of competition, huge opportunity. So video consumption is on the rise. When I saw this, and this was last year, okay, this is almost a year old, YouTube gets more views than TV. Everybody can wrap their brain around TV, and how massive TV exposure is. And when you put that in context, it was just mind-boggling to me. So really, really huge opportunity. The volume is crazy. I mean, these are like Garcinia, Cambodia. That's like an affiliate offer. A lot of guys I know used to run that like crazy. But you can see just on Garcinia, we're talking 39,000 to 120,000 views per day and 9 cents cost per view. Pretty crazy stuff. Penny stocks, 54,000 to 170,000 views per day at 6 cents per view. So, it's a crazy amount of traffic. Computer backup, 53,000 to 160,000 views per day, 6 cents per view. So, let's get right into it. So, how it works. So, in-stream ad to landing page is one of the biggest, probably the second most used process that we run. And typically, in-stream, those guys, those videos, you're on YouTube, you're watching a video, and a little skip ad button comes on. Well, those are called in-stream ads because they play in the stream of other videos. So that's why it's called an in-stream. There's another term, the technical term I think is true view in-stream. But that's, when I say in-stream, those are what I'm talking about. Okay, and typically with an in-stream ad, you have to send them to your website. Obviously, you can send them other places as well, like your YouTube video or Facebook profile, wherever you want to really send them. But you have to have a destination URL with an in-stream ad so that when someone clicks on your video, it takes them somewhere. So typically what we want to do is we want to get them off of YouTube and on our website. So that's why in-stream ad, the landing page, is very important for us, because we do a lot of retargeting. I know you guys probably heard that term before, retargeting, remarketing is what Google calls it. But when we get them to our website, not only can we control the environment that they're in, but also we can drop retargeting pixels on them from Facebook, Google, wherever else that we want to run. Now we can get back in front of that audience. So you can also do remarketing inside of YouTube. I'm going to get into that later on. But to be able to reach people outside of YouTube with remarketing, you got to get them to your website. So that's one of the main reasons why we use this strategy. But it's a lot of different ways we do it. As you can see, lead magnet, that's just basically, a download or something that you want, a free gift that you give someone. Or if you're doing lead gen, or even if you're driving people to content, you want to send them the content because you're trying to get them to really, basically like a pre-sale. If you get people engaged with your content, the likelihood of you getting them to convert goes up exponentially. So it really depends on your model, but we use that model. You can send them to another video. You can send them a podcast, audio. Surveys work extremely well. That's actually something I'm super excited about, the survey model, because with the surveys, AdWords doesn't like squeeze pages, if you guys have heard that term before. In the world I'm from, the internet marketing world, everybody teaches us the money is in the list, you need to build a squeeze page, right? That's like the first thing that everybody tells you to do. But typically the way that people teach you how to do it, Google does AdWords, they don't like that. So with the survey, that's a way to actually engage people as well as capture their information so that you can follow up with them through email. So I'm super excited about surveys. We're not doing a lot of that yet, but I'm excited about what I've seen thus far. So that's something you guys want to maybe think about. Then we have the in-stream ad to another YouTube video. So that works extremely well for subscribers. So let's say you want to run a campaign, you want to get new subscribers to your channel. Well, one of the things you can do is you can buy in-stream ad, and then you can link to another YouTube video. And when someone clicks to watch that video, you can actually use a little, I didn't put it in my slide, but it's like this little piece of code at the end where the little subscription button will pop up in front of them. And they work very, very well for that. So that's kind of the model that we're using to drive new subscribers. And you can remarket people too. That's probably the way that works the most, because they've seen a video of yours before or they've been to your website before. Now you can hit them in stream, and then you can link them out to a video and get them to subscribe. So those actually work a lot better on the remarketing because they already know you, they're familiar with your brand, your name, what have you. So how to get in front of laser targeted prospects. Now, this is where we're gonna get more into meat and potatoes stuff. So basically you're on YouTube, you're searching, I have an example, how to lose belly fat, right? So the top two, I'm doing the wrong thing. The top two are ads. You can tell you got the little ad thing there, right? It's pretty obvious. But all the rest of those videos are what's YouTube ranks on their search result pages for that particular keyword. So and now the important part is these videos have to be monetized in order to run ads on them. But basically what you're doing is you're getting in front of people who are searching for a solution, and you can actually put your ad right in front of them when they go to watch one of these videos. So what happened, if you hover over the link, you see the little link pop up right there. That's the actual YouTube URL that you want to grab. You grab that URL and you can actually advertise on it if that video is monetized. Copy the link address. If you just right click on it, you copy the link address, and now you can actually advertise in front of those people anytime someone do that. So Another thing you can do is how to lose belly fat. If you notice the drop down, you got all the suggestions. This is what people are actually searching for on YouTube. So the thing about YouTube and Google search is two kind of different, like people don't search exactly the same way. So the results that you may find in the Google AdWords keyword tool for Google search is not exactly the same as YouTube. So we use a lot of suggested stuff because we know based on the suggestions, these are things people have actually been searching for. So that's one of the ways where we can get all of this type of how to lose belly fat type of traffic because we can grab all of these suggestions and we can actually get in front of people who are watching videos related to that. That makes sense to you guys? Am I making sense so far? Okay.
If you're targeting a specific area, you can also geo-concept.
Yes, yes. Now, that's a good question. Actually, one of the downsides though with this model is because you're telling AdWords or video, only show my video on this video, right? So when you limit by geo, then you're saying only show my video in front of this video when people are in this particular location. So if the video doesn't get a lot of views, you're probably not going to get a lot of volume from that, which is why you have to have a ton of YouTube URLs in order to make it work at that level. Actually, you need quite a bit to make this work. But the reason I actually propose this to a lot of people is because this is the easy way to get your feet wet. You ain't got to spend $500 a day to do this. You can spend $10, $20 a day to do this. You're getting super quality, high targeted traffic that you're getting in front of, and you can start testing. And that's one of the ways that I love to do with that. And you don't want to break the bank. So you can spend $100 on this, and if you're not getting any results, it's not the traffic. The traffic source is a great traffic source.
Yeah, is there a tool you use to find the suggested search terms based on a search term, other than just like coming here and copying all that?
So,
Okay.
Good segue. And this is actually free, keywordtool.io. You can go there, you click on the little YouTube thing right there, and then you can put in how to lose belly fat, and it'll kick back, 179 unique keywords, and they give you the main keyword and then all of the suggestions line up. Now you can actually sign up. They got a pro version of this that give you some other stuff and whatnot, but yeah, and you can copy that to clipboard. Boom, you got all of the suggested keywords. Any other questions so far? So far, so good? All right. So I'm going to say it again. Say it again, I'm sorry. The who? The deck? Yeah, man, yeah. Just whoever I need to send it to, they want to know if to get the deck. Absolutely. Absolutely. So this is a case study. Basically, this is just like a little 30-something second video, pretty much driving someone to a page like this right here, where we're trying to promote a piece of software. And the goal is actually to get someone to opt in. So this is a two-step opt-in. Well, basically what they do, they click on it, and this little email to continue thing pops up. And basically running this campaign, early test results, 12 cents a click. Actually, you don't technically buy clicks yet on YouTube, but they're gonna be doing that soon because they're rolling out new features. But we were getting cost per conversion, 39 cents per email to continue. And yeah, 2,000 clicks for that at 12 cents a pop. So pretty effective way using the same technique I just showed you guys. Video script. So this is the part where we kind of get into some best practices about how to make the type of videos in the way that we use them. So number one, you want to grab their attention within the first 5 seconds. Usually what I recommend, I tell people, is like if you can ask a question that someone that your target market would answer yes to, if they answer yes, you've embedded in their mind, they've already agreed with you, obviously, right? Because a lot of this stuff is persuasion. So if you get someone to say yes, the likelihood that they're going to move forward is high. So that's just a little strategy that we use. And I mean, you can use like a one sentence question, you know, whatever your thing is, you can figure out what's the most pressing thing, that's problem that you're trying to solve. And if they need a solution to that, then you just basically ask them, you know, the question, how would you like to solve X problem? And if they say yes to that, they'll be more likely to move forward. So, or you can use a pattern interrupt. Those work extremely well on YouTube. I mean, YouTube it's not exactly like TV, but it's the same type of medium. And I mean, it's just like you guys watch YouTube, so you know people do all kind of crazy stuff. So a pattern interrupt is just like so basically this is interruption marketing, right? Because you're on YouTube, you about to watch a video, you go and watch your cat video, right? You about to watch the new hot cat video, and some ad pops up. Typically those ads are brands, you know, that kind of thing. So what you would do is a pattern interrupt would be something like super weird, like you may be, I don't know, like it's, sometimes people will put like we'll put like a weird image on the screen that's totally non-relevant to, well, I mean, technically you can tie it back in, but it's like totally not what they would be expecting to see. And then it'll make them like, what the? And then you can capture it because now you got them. When someone stops and they see something crazy and they're like, this is like rubbernecking, right? You're driving in traffic and there's an accident on the other side and you're looking. That's kind of a pattern interrupt, right? Because it's, you don't expect that to be going on the other side. So you see that going on, you're trying to figure out what's going on. That's kind of the idea. That makes sense.
Is it against terms and conditions? Like, let's say somebody's watching like the best cat video ever, to throw up a pattern interrupt to be like, do you want to watch a better cat video?
There's nothing wrong with that I know of. There's nothing wrong with that I know of. That's actually a great idea to use if you can leverage that. Yeah. Yeah. Number two, you don't always have to do this, but you know, some of our clients, they're very much about their brand and that kind of thing. So introduce yourself and your company briefly. That's just, you know, introducing yourself. Someone put a name with a face, especially if you're able to do like a talking head type of video. People put a name with a face. It's been proven that when you do that, people are more likely to, because they feel like they know you now. It kind of brings their guard down and you have a better chance of converting them. So that's the idea behind that. Then tell them why you're in front of them. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't beat around the bush. Get straight to it. Because if they're going to abandon your video, that's fine. You want them to abandon them, or you want to talk to the people that are ready to move forward. Because with in-stream ads, and I didn't point this out earlier, so this is critical. And this is changing soon, but this is something we've taken advantage of. When your video is longer than 30 seconds, you only pay for the view if that person watches at least 30 seconds of your video. So you got 30 seconds to get your message across to either qualify or disqualify that person. Because if you qualify them, you want to move them forward to the next step. If you disqualify them, you want them to hit the back button or skip your ad and go on about their business. And that doesn't cost you anything. So that's one of the things, but you have to have a video that's longer than 30 seconds. So what we try to do is we try to get all of this stuff within like the first 20 seconds or so we can either qualify or disqualify people. That way the people that actually move forward, the likelihood that they're going to convert is just through the roof. And then the ones that wasn't going to do anything, well, we didn't have to pay in the first place. So pretty cool. But yeah, get straight to it. Introduce the call to action to click the video because, and that's actually changed for some reason. Number 3 was, is that just me? Nope, that ain't just me. Anyway, introduce the call to action to click the video to go to your website or wherever you're sending them. But you have to tell people don't know that they can click on your ad while it's playing in the stream of their video and it'll take them somewhere. So if you want them to complete that act, you want them to do that, you have to tell them, click the video to do whatever the thing you want them to do. And when we started doing this, we probably had like a 40% increase in click-throughs. I mean, it was crazy. So ever since then, every video we tell people, click the video now and do whatever. And we may even say that 2 times, maybe even 3 times. Actually, if you go back to the slide later on, when y'all look at this, the video that I showed in that software case study had a little click on the thing with the little hand on there. That's very important that you do that. And then reinforce what they should expect after the clicks. This is something where a lot of people miss the boats. And it's something that I know just from my experience of doing this stuff a long time. Don't set someone up for one thing and then deliver something else, because now you just messed up the whole experience. You totally screwed up the experience, and you probably lost a bit of trust that you may have built up. We don't know what's going on in their mind, but I know this: when you tell someone one thing, you deliver them another thing, you're not gonna get results. So if you can, you want to tell them what to do. Tell them what's gonna happen when they click. Like one of the things we've done is show a picture of the website that we're sending them to, or have the video like playing in the background. Like one of my clients, he's got a talking head, and then he's got like stuff going on the side of him that is whiz bang video editor dude mocked up or whatever. But it's like all of this stuff, and then it's like if you click the video, and then it shows them what's going on, so they know when they get there, they know what to expect. That's very, very critical that you do that. Otherwise, you're going to mess up the experience, and you're going to lose them at some point in your funnel. And this is really just a micro conversion thing, because we talk about micro conversions and macro conversions. And micro conversions are all the little things to get the macro, right? So if I'm driving traffic to get someone to do a survey, for example, the first thing I got to do is convert them on watching my video before skipping the ad. The next micro conversion is actually getting them to click on my ad, right? Then get to my landing page, and then the next micro conversion may be to answer the first survey question, and then the next survey question, and then the next survey question. So you got all these little micro conversions going on, but that's kind of the idea behind it. Then you want to close out with the call to action to click the video again. You got to tell them to click it. If you don't tell them, they don't know. And then this last one, leave dead time at the end of the video to give them time to take action. So if you've ever seen a YouTube in-stream ad, at the end of that ad, when that video is done running, like the last thing you say and you cut it off, that video will revert into whatever they was about to do. So if you've got like a 30-some second video and your call to action is click the video to go to my website, well, once you've given that last call to action, you want to leave about 5 to 10 seconds at the end, because a lot of people the people who actually watch these videos and don't skip, they don't watch like the whole thing if it's only like 30, 40 seconds long. So give them a little bit of time at the end to actually take that action so that your ad doesn't revert into whatever they was going to do. Because once they jump into whatever they was doing, even if they wanted to click your thing, they on to whatever they were doing. It's too late. You lost them. So that's kind of the idea behind the dead time at the end of the video. That makes sense? Any other questions so far? Everybody good? So this is explainer video case study. So basically explainer videos, you guys probably know what these are. It's just explain what your thing does or what have you. You send them to a landing page. On the landing page, when they click from the ad, and I have to black that out because they don't want me kind of showing exactly what they're doing. But, and then they can actually register, and they also get a free download when they register. So their goal is to get them to register so they can follow up through email and push them through their funnel to eventually become a user. And they also entice them with this free download because it actually gave them a bump in conversions. But it's basically a video landing page. Once they sent them there, we were doing, so this right here is 11% cost per view, $5.14 a conversion. That they can pay like $10 for that. So they're getting it for like $5, and I think they're making about $13 per lead. So I mean, they almost 3x in their ad spend on this. This is probably like about a month and a half worth of data, maybe, because they're not spending. There's not a huge ad spend on this particular one. But that's basically what it is. It's just an explainer video, explains, and they had to modify it because they had to give the call to the action at the end, like we showed, and then get the people to the. And then when they get on the landing page, there's another video that further explains their service and what they're doing. So I think I got another one. So this is actually not mine. This is another case study, but I have a client doing something almost exactly like this. And what's important about this screenshot right here, and why I like to put this in there, because one of the biggest challenges that I have with people who talk about doing YouTube ads, I need a video. Look at this guy, man. What do you think he's doing? He got his cell phone, he's talking into it, and he's running ads. Okay? He's running ads, he's making it happen. So the reason why I like to show this, because don't talk to me about getting no video. You got a video recorded in your pocket, right? So don't tell me you can't make a video. I mean, it ain't got to be the best video in the world, but if at the end of the day, when you first started out, you don't know what's going on anyway. You just want to test. This is perfect for that, because this may not be ultimately where you want to run, but this will get you going and get you some data so you can be moving the needle forward. So that's why I like to show this, but this is his landing page, which is, Google typically doesn't like these, right? Now, my client's, his is sort of like this page. He don't have the face on it, but he has the image of his lead magnet on there, and he just got a big headline across the top with a button to say download. And it's pretty straightforward. The only thing about this is so people think Google hates squeeze pages, but what really I think AdWords hates is people who, they don't really like the website and your business model is what they really don't like. Because they go to your website and you got like no content on there. You got an about page, but it doesn't really explain what you do. You don't really have any information on there, right? And then it doesn't have a clear business model. And I've went back and forth with AdWords so many times over the years. They want them to see that your website is compliant, you're providing useful content to their users, and that you have a clear business model. And if you don't have those things, no matter what you run, they're not going to like it. But when you got all of these things, you can actually run stuff like this. So when you click the little watch video, this thing pops up, enter your name and email. Now he just got a lead, right? And then they can move on to the rest of his funnel. This is a client of ours. I mean, we got about 4,400 conversions in about a month running that. I had to kind of blur out some of it, but you can see this is a tool we use called Improvely, and it's like a click tracker, and it'll actually, you can track clicks and conversions and actions and things like that. But what I like about it also, it actually passes the video URLs. So I know that these specific video URLs are delivering conversions and so forth and so on. So I could technically, what I can do is go back, and we actually do this sometimes. We can take all of these URLs that we know are converting, and we can set up a separate campaign for those for placement targeting, where we only targeting these specific videos because we have the data that's proved that they already convert for us. So now I just want to take over, because other people are probably running their ads on there. So I just want to take over that video. I don't want nobody else to advertise on it. So I'll do a placement campaign. I'll use these videos and I'll bid like $2 a cost per view. Because now every time an ad plays, it's going to be mine and it's not going to be anybody else's. That makes sense? So, but that's kind of some results from the lead gen case study. So the next one we're going to get into is what I call, did I do something wrong? Okay, we're back. Well, my bad. I needed to get something to drink. Two-step video ads, and basically, really these are YouTube in display. Is the ad unit that is called in AdWords for video. So you got TrueView in stream, and then you got TrueView in display. Okay, and I'm gonna explain these real quick. So basically, if you go to YouTube and you're watching a video, if you notice in the upper right corner, that above all the other recommended videos, you'll see an ad there. You guys probably seen those before. Those are called YouTube in display. And when someone clicks this ad, it takes them to your YouTube video. You can only use this to drive views of your video that's on YouTube. And then once you get them to your video, obviously you can send them to a landing page off of YouTube. And we're always using landing pages. I mean, ultimately, I got to get someone to a landing page because I need to get them out of the YouTube environment to get them in an environment that I control so that I can convert them. But that's basically the process. You know, they watching the video, they see your ad, they click it, take them to your video, and from your video, I send them off to a landing page. And landing pages is a couple different things. It can be other content. It can lead lead gen. It can be an actual order form, which I'm going to show you guys a really cool method that probably like 60% of the revenue I've generated on YouTube so far comes from this model. I'll show you in a minute. Affiliate offers. Got people doing that too. We do a little bit of that, but not that much anymore. So the benefits, very easy to get approved, okay? Because all you need is a video that is not breaking YouTube TOS. That's really all you need. You don't have to worry about building a crazy whiz-bang website. You don't have to do all of that. You just need a video, and as long as that video is following the guidelines, you're good. Easy to get approved. Like I don't ever remember getting a in-display video ad not approved. And we run some aggressive stuff. So, yeah, I'm gonna show you guys some really aggressive stuff too in a minute. You can send people anywhere you want once they land on your YouTube video. I mean, literally anything you want to do. I think that loophole is probably gonna close at some point because I do think that's sort of a loophole. What I believe is happening right now, and I think I might have this in my slide. I don't. Before I get into that, but what I think is happening is the people who approve your ads are actually YouTube people who understand YouTube and not necessarily AdWords people who focus on AdWords stuff. So they're just looking at your video to make sure that they follow the guidelines, but they're not looking at, like with an in-stream ad, if you send someone to your landing page, now all of the Google AdWords policies are in play. They're going to look at your website, where you're linking to, they're going to go look at all of that. That's just part of the AdWords approval process. But with this, they're just looking at the video. I don't think they're looking at what happens after the video, but I think eventually they will. But as of right now, I know you can send people pretty much anywhere. External annotations allow you to embed links right inside of your video. So this would probably be the single most important feature on YouTube that allowed me to do what I was able to do. Because when I first started running in display, driving them to videos, from a video to an order form, and I'll show you guys that in a minute. And the way we did that is because we embed links right inside of the video. And it worked like gangbusters. But that feature alone, and all you have to do is connect your site to your channel. Now you can actually use external links inside of your videos that can link out to your website. So that's how you make it work. But if you look up external annotations, you guys will be able to find how to do that. The ability to scale within display is unreal. That's what I'll say. It's unreal. So VSL to order page case study. I run quite a bit of these. This is actually not mine, but I run quite a bit of these, and they do well. So you see that's an in-display ad. And when you click that ad, it takes you to this video. And at the end of this video, this thing I highlighted in red, that's an external annotation. When you click that external annotation, it takes you to an order form for you to sign up for their newsletter thingamajig or whatever. And that's basically the process in a nutshell. Ad, video, and your video, your VSL, which stands for video sales letter, that's your persuasion device. That's your conversion piece. That's what's going to convert people. If somebody sit there and watch a 44-minute video, 45-minute video, the chances of them converting is so high, it's ridiculous. Most of these guys know that if they get someone to watch a certain percentage of their video, the chance of them converting increases exponentially. So the goal is, how do I get them to stay watching 9 minutes, 10 minutes, 12 minutes, whatever the case may be? Because when we look at the data, because we use servers like Wistia and stuff like that, you see the big drop off at the early beginning, but then you got this long tail that just goes out. Those are where the conversions happen. So that's kind of the idea. But that's what it is in order page. So I think I got a couple case studies in here. So this is an example. One of the guys I worked with, when I first started working with him, May 2013 was his best money he had ever had. And actually, I started working with him at the end of April. May was the best money he's had. June 2013, we quadrupled his business with that strategy that I just showed you guys. Like literally within 30 days, we quadrupled his revenue. Not only that, this is an email he sent me January of this year, basically telling me I scaled the campaigns up on YouTube and Google Display to about 2 to 3K per day, doing something that I told him to do. I kind of blurred it out. But I also helped him with Google Display as well, because that's really where I have a lot of success. That's kind of where I made my bones with Google Display. But he went on to do 2 to 3K a day, and I actually talked to him about 3 months ago. He told me I got up to like 200 grand a month from what I helped him with. He ended up getting a Google rep, the whole 9 or whatever, but the stuff is pretty amazing, and literally like this changed his life. Like I didn't even put this in my slide, but I got a picture that I showed sometime where my son is a basketball fanatic. He loves basketball. He said he's gonna make it to the NBA. I hope he do one day, because I can't wait. But he knew my son loved basketball. He knew my son loved Atlanta Hawks, because we live in Atlanta. And he shipped us this big box of Atlanta Hawks stuff and all of that. And there was a long there was a card in there with a long handwritten note on there. Basically, this guy was like, "You changed my life. This changed my life." So pretty amazing what happened. This is another case study. We had a client running. As you can see here, about $261,000 was spent, 6 cent cost per view. And the ROI on this was crazy. They more than doubled the revenue that was generated off of this. Probably like $550,000 in revenue from this, running that same VSL order page case study model. Now, here's one more, and I think you guys will probably like this one. This is a tutorial video case study, and this guy's actually an affiliate marketer. I actually saw him running this quite a while back. We were doing some stuff, trying to figure out kind of what to do. Saw this guy running this, create a website or a blog, pretty straightforward. He sent people to this video. It's like 6 minutes long. Basically what this video is a tutorial on how to build a website or blog from scratch, basically. What all he's doing is he's showing them how to get a hosting account with like HostGator or somebody like that. Use like the one-click thing to install WordPress, right? It's pretty straightforward. And how to add a theme to it. That's basically what this video is. And then his call to action is, here's where to go to get hosting in order to be able to make it easy for you to do. And they click it and they take them to this fat cow landing page. Now, that's a $2.95 bill, whatever the case may be. But hosting companies pay, some of them pay like $150, $200 per new person. Even though that person is only paying, $3, $5, $10 a month because they know their metrics. I mean, I've seen some that pay like $160, $170. I don't know, maybe $200 might be a stretch, but $100 to $125 is easy to get for that. And this guy's, I mean, if you go back and look at the video, he got 618,000 views on that video. All of that in organic. Most of that is he's buying. You think somebody gonna buy 600,000 views? They ain't making no money. It's worth. I saw it running like a long time. So that's basically the model with the tutorial video style thing, and they work extremely well. And it's something we actually started implementing a lot more after seeing what this guy was doing and really paying attention. Was like, he's still running this. This must be working here. Let's do that. And I think this is an example of one we started running last year. Yeah, this is probably an older screenshot. Yeah, I got to highlight YouTube. Look at the conversion rate column compared to everything else we're doing. 8.6%. The cost per acquisition compared to everything else. The cost per click was a lot higher, but look at it, revenue. RPP stands for revenue per person. So for every person that landed on the landing page from that tutorial video was worth $8.34. That's regardless of what they did. That's revenue per person. That's, some people call it EPC, earnings per click. They call it RPP, which that's kind of improved this metric. But yeah, that's running that style model right there. So it works extremely well. It works extremely well. And we probably bought from 756 people, it probably took us at least 10x views to get there. Probably more than that. Probably 15x views to get there. But the views was like so cheap that, you know, it works. I think that's it. Oh yeah, and then video remarketing to websites. So I talked about this earlier. When you get people to your landing page, you can actually put a pixel on them and you can follow them around. So somebody click in, they go to your website. The way this works is when they're on YouTube, you can actually show them a video specific only to the people that have been to your site and get them back to your website to convert them again. That's basically how the remarketing to website model works. All you gotta do is place a remarketing tag out of AdWords. Put an AdWords remarketing tag on your website and you can start building that audience. So if you're already getting traffic to your website, this is so easy to just, you might already have a Google Analytics on there. You can actually integrate Google Analytics with this as well and you can start building your audience. You know, pretty simple to do. And now you can actually target those people. So if you see where it got AdWords remarketing lists, these are all remarketing lists from your main AdWords pixel, which is the regular Google AdWords. And then you got AdWords for video, which is YouTube ads, what we're talking about. But you can like choose those people, and now only people who've been to this website are going to see the video that I'm going to run to them. Very, very, very powerful. This is video remarketing on YouTube. So if you're inside your AdWords account, then you got to go to the AdWords for video dashboard, and you'll see this little video remarketing list. And you can actually create a list. You click the button this to create a list. This pops up. But here's what's cool. You got all of these ways to build a remarketing list. By channel, by video, like, dislike, comment, share, subscribe, unsubscribe. Like, how cool is it to be able to run an ad to someone who unsubscribed from your channel to get them back? Because somewhere you did something wrong. Or how about running an ad to someone who unsubscribed? You can't be too creepy because it might creep somebody out there. I know you unsubscribed from my channel and I want to ask you some questions. You know what I mean? Like, kind of creepy. It might be kind of creepy the way you can come off. This remarketing stuff can get creepy if you don't watch it. But imagine being able to get feedback from that person, asking them why they unsubscribed, or you know what did I do wrong? Because I'm sure you guys probably use feedback loops, right? Y'all talk about that feedback loops or whatever. Because I read Lean Startup. I actually love that book. That's kind of where I got that thought process from. So you want to get that feedback because in order to improve, you need to get feedback in order to know what you messed up and then fix it. But those are all of the ways you can actually build a list that you can actually target with video remarketing on YouTube. So video remarketing on YouTube, that means you're only going to show them videos based on people who have did some action on YouTube itself. So this is kind of different from the website. They've been to your website. That's a different thing. This is based on actions that they do on YouTube.
Can you create audiences for videos that you don't own?
I wish. That would be amazing. I would have like 1 billion people on my list right now. I'm just kidding. But now you can't, yeah, you have to own it. But what you can do is if someone connects your AdWords account to their YouTube channel, now you have access. So technically speaking, you can access other people's stuff. Obviously, if it's a relationship you have with them, but all it is just taking your YouTube, your AdWords account, because you can have multiple AdWords accounts connected to a channel, and you will have access to that inventory to be able to do all of this stuff. So, yeah, pretty cool. I think that's it. Oh yeah, this is like one of my clients is like killing it. Like this guy's, if you notice, so what we do with our AdWords, with a lot of our clients and people that I work with, we're very performance based, right? So everything is about ROI. And what we want to do is we want to track conversions based on the value that they create. So this guy, he knows his numbers definitive. He knows his customer value life. I mean, he's probably been doing this 6 years, 7 years, and he knows it like the back of his hand. So we know when a conversion happens, he knows how much that's worth to him lifetime. $2,223 in 1 month, and he's $53,000 conversion value. I mean, that's what, 20-something X. Insane. And this is a website. This is to website. So all the people that land on this website, they're getting the cookie, they're getting the pixel, and then when they're on YouTube, if they don't convert, because then so I'm kind of getting technical now, but basically when you set up your conversion pixels, you can actually create a list of people that's been to your website. Then you can create what's called a custom combination, where you can say all the people who've been to my website minus the people who have converted already. So, because you don't want to run ads to someone who's already converted. That's a waste of money, and you're probably going to piss them off. I mean, I know, you guys heard of digital marketing? You guys know digital marketing? Those guys? Well, anyway, they're running a lot of ads, and they hit me up was like, we're running ads, man, and people are flaming us, and they're pissed off, and this, that, and the third, because our ads. But what they were doing was running ads to people who already converted. But those people are seeing all of the videos for the people who haven't. And so I'm basically telling them, like, dude, you gotta set up a combination. You don't want to run your ads to them or whatever. But they was able to, fix it and make it better. But that's basically what they're doing. So you don't want to run ads to people who've already converted. So that's what we're doing here. If they haven't converted, we'll hit them with an ad, and then you can even segment it out where you can say 7 days, 14 days, 21 days, 30 days, been to your website, that kind of thing. Because we might hit them for the first 7 days. Then after that, we'll give them a rest. And then now that they're on a 30-day list, then we can turn around and start running ads to that list again. So you don't want to just constantly bombard people. So it's a lot of different technical things that you can do. I don't want to get too hairy with it, but you can get pretty ninja. You can get pretty ninja with it.
Do you have a suggested or a favorite tool that you like to use to manage all of
I wish. I am waiting so hard. I hope one of you guys will build something. Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of tools for YouTube ads, for AdWords for video. Right now, AdWords for video, when you log into your AdWords account, you have to click a little tab at the bottom to go to AdWords for video. It's a separate dashboard inside of AdWords. You can't use AdWords AdWords editor. You can't use that with it. You can't. There's hardly any tools out there. I'm hoping some people are gonna build some stuff.
Have you had success writing annotations of other people's videos that you've reached out to and talked to and
No, I've never done that. That would be pretty amazing if so I'll tell you guys this, next month, there's a thing in LA, in Anaheim, called VidCon. All of the big YouTube people are going to be there. All the big YouTube stars and stuff like that, they're going to be there. So one of the reasons I'm going there is to be VidCon, VidCon. It's huge, man. It's a big deal. It's like the biggest online marketing thing. Yes. It's the 23rd through the 25th, I believe. 23rd through the 25th of next month. But that's why I'm going. Be able to get relationships. That they don't, from what I understand, I haven't been, but the guys that I know have been, nobody's really doing the that's on the level like kind of what we're doing, but it's a different. People who build communities and people who do direct response is kind of two different, things that you're trying to accomplish. So what I want to do is I'm trying to mix my skill set with community building and that sort of thing. Because we've been able to crack that code on Facebook, right? You build a page, you engage the page, that sort of thing. Like, we're very good at how to do that on Facebook. However, we haven't been able to crack the code. Well, we started working on cracking the code to how do I build a community on YouTube that self-funds it, it's self-liquidating, basically. And we've been able to crack that code on Facebook to be able to buy a like, monetize it like in a short time span so that the audience we build didn't really cost us anything. Now that we got a big audience, then we just can retarget, send them to the website, blogs, drive them to Twitter, all other places to build audiences and stuff like that. We pretty much got that stuff pretty figured out. So I want to learn how to do that with YouTube as well.
We have ideas on that.
Okay. Oh, I think that's it. So how to contact me, that's my email, my website, my Facebook. Anybody want to reach out. And questions, any questions you guys have, I'm open, wide open. Yes.
So you talked about like the two-step video method and then the in-video method. Which do you generally do more spending?
Two-step. I probably, like 60-70% of the revenue I generated on YouTube is from the two-step model. And I'm talking, I quit counting a while back, but we've well over $1 million in revenue off of YouTube, and probably 60-70% of it came from the two-step model.
Is that because you personally have found better returns there, or is that what you're finding?
Well, I wouldn't say that. It's just it's scalable. The in-stream thing is with the targeting on YouTube is not very precise. So it's like there's a lot of hit or miss with in-stream keywords and interests and things like that. Whereas with the in-stream targeting, with the placement model that I showed you guys, where you go after specific videos, that's pretty consistent in conversion. However, it's not scalable. You can't spend $1,000, $2,000 a day doing that. But you can spend, a couple $100 a day, which is cool. But some of the guys I work with, they want to spend $3,000, $5,000 a day. So you can't do that with that model. And then in-stream itself is kind of hit or miss, unless you have, what I found is the higher that their average customer value is in relation to the competition in the marketplace, that's really how you make it work. Because you got a lot of brands that spend the money on it. I mean, it's not a lot of traffic being bought, but you got a lot of brands and stuff like that on there. So you really need a solid conversion metric in terms of cost per lead, like $5, $6 for, three fields, like an email only, like $2 to $3, which is, you can get that on Facebook for a fraction of that. So it's just a lot of hit and miss with the targeting on in-stream. So the way we make in-stream really work for us is the placement targeting model. However, on in-display, it's a whole nother ball game, because people have to actually click that little ad to watch your video. So they've already taken an action. So the chances of getting them just seems to be, getting that person to convert is just way higher for whatever reason, I don't know. But I mean, I think it's because they took the action. You didn't interrupt them and make them do something, because when you interrupt them with in-stream, you're forcing them to either watch a video or click the skip. And people complain about those ads a lot. However, with in-display, you have to take an action to actually watch it. So I think that plays into the psychology of it. But yeah, we just found a lot more success on in-display. Yeah.
What's kind of the minimum amount of budget to play around with? Just when it's hot.
$10 a day, $5, $20. You don't have to have a lot of money. I say you want to give it time. Well, again, I'm a numbers guy. I'm a data guy. So a lot of what I'm doing is I'm looking for patterns. Well, if I spend $100 a day for 3 days, How do I know? You know what I'm saying? Like I would want to run something for 2 weeks. So I would maybe do $10 a day for 2 weeks. Because I might notice, you know, on weekends, this thing do well, and during the week, it sucks. Or the opposite, right? It sucks on the weekend, and it does great on, you know, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, things like that. So I'm always looking for these patterns. So you have to give it time to run, but you don't have to break the bank. You can, you know, 5, 10, 20, you know, whatever your thing is, just running enough time over a period of time to see kind of how your ads are performing. Because a lot of times I'll launch a campaign, and in the first day, the click-through rates in display, they be through the roof. And then like 3 days later, you go and be like, what happened? Like, oh my God. And then you realize you got a dud when it looks like. So you just give it time. But you don't have to spend a ton of money. Just whatever your total budget outlay you can use, just spread it out. So you can kind of let it run for a few days and give it time to build some data up.
So I know that click-through rates are kind of like a bogus number.
Vanity.
But as like a leading indicator or like for benchmarking, what are some of the highest click-through rates that you've seen on in-stream ads?
Man, over 100%.
What? Really?
Actually, I think the one that I showed you guys was. Let's see if I can go back. I think I had the one where I showed. It's got like 12-cent clicks. That was because, man, the click-throughs was insane. Is that one? I gotta bag up real quick. Hang on.
So this is people that are.
This one right here.
This is people that are leaving a video that they intended to watch.
So look at this. Impressions,
Yep.
views, clicks. I got more clicks than views. See that?
So people are watching.
I didn't even point that out on this one. I should have had that highlighted on here, but I know this for a fact. So views are only counted in stream depending on your video. Now a lot of this is changing like really soon, but what we've been able to take advantage of, if your video is longer than 30 seconds, and they don't watch 30 seconds, it doesn't count as a view. So these views are only people that watched at least 30 seconds of the video and then they actually clicked on. So what's crazy is some people wasn't watching all the way through, but they were clicking. But I only got charged for these views. That makes sense? I know it's kind of counterintuitive. I try to explain it to people sometimes and they get confused by it, but it's the way that it's set up. You don't, every view, every impression, someone's seeing something. An impression means they saw it playing. But the view only counts if they watch a certain amount when you have a video over 30 seconds. So, yeah, that's more clicks than views on that one.
Do you know when in the video that they actually play?
Nah, you don't really have that information. But you get data inside of AdWords for video that'll show you like how much of the video they watch in terms of percentages, like 25, 50%, 75, and 100%. It'll show you what percentage of people actually watch it. But it doesn't tell you exactly when someone clicked. That might be a cool tool that you can like,
What
okay.
kind of ballpark though, like what they heard in the video?
Yeah, you can kind of, yeah. But at the end of the day, you know, the only thing that matters to me, really, I don't care about none of this. Oh, there you go right there, 25, 50, 75, 100. I don't really care about that stuff. I don't really care about cost per view. What I care about is how much revenue am I generating? And the ones that generate me a better return on investment is going to be the one that I'm going to run with. If it's got the highest click-through rate, cool. If it's got the lowest, cool. It doesn't matter. That's really what I focus on. But, you know, some people will tell you, oh, do this, that, and the third. But I think it matters the way we set them up, because the whole 30-second thing, I mean, we took advantage of it because our call to action in that video is like 20 seconds in.
Right.
So if they click at 20 seconds, it's not costing you.
That's why you're seeing high.
That's why you're seeing more clicks.
29 and 51%.
Exactly, because it drops. It's 50% of the video on 36 seconds is only with
You
18.
get charged for it.
Right, and so you just completely just drops off almost.
Yeah.
Yes.
How does the bidding work on this? Is it similar to AdWords?
Yep, it's just like AdWords Extra.
Okay, so you are incentivized to have a higher click-through.
Absolutely, especially in display. I have a campaign running right now. I'll probably show you later because me and you was talking earlier, but I have one running right now that's It's almost the same thing. One of them has so on display, it's, your click-through rates are not going to be high, but it's running like a 0.7%, and another one is running like a 0.4, and the cost per view on the 0.7 is like 5 cents, and the other one's like 15. And it's the same thing. It's just that I'm getting a better click-through rate. It drives my cost per view way down. So yeah, they incentivize them big time on click. And the same thing is on in-stream as well. The better you can get your view rate, which is this, which if you notice my view rate is really, really low on this, but that's typical when I'm running this type of campaign, because I'm getting those, and that's really what I want, those clicks that I can actually convert for stupid cheap, 12 cents for a highly engaged click at that. It's just not like they saw a banner ad. They actually watched my video and they clicked on it. So that's a very engaged click that I'm getting for 12 cents. I take that all day. I don't really care about this. But I got some view rates that are 40, 50%. But it really just depends on what your goal is. So, I don't really care about them, to be honest. But
for the two-step, do you get charged when someone clicks on it?
you get charged when someone clicks on it. That's absolutely correct.
If they watch
The minute they click on it, it costs you. But the better your click-through rate is, the cheaper your views will be. Yeah. Questions? Yes?
Very limited resources. How many different variations can you run? Can you make like 5 videos?
That's a good question. I would say 2 at the minimum, just starting out. Here's the thing, like if you just really serious about it and want to get your feet wet, just get a video. But if you want to split test, which is smart to do, at least 2, and you can always roll more into the equation, right? But if you just start out with 2, find the one that performed the best, even if it's not what you want, but it's with the better of the 2, and then you test another one against that. So we have the control. We're always trying to beat the control. The control is the thing that works, and you're always trying to beat that. So once we find the control, even if it's not where we want to be, we're always trying to beat it. So you'll roll video 3, video 4, video 5, and you'll keep rolling them out, see if you can kind of do better.
Just getting a feedback, how long would you recommend?
Personally, it depends on what you're trying to accomplish. If you want to get them to your website, short. You want to engage them, get them, have them excited about what it is you're talking about to get them over to your website. You want to get them to your website as quickly as possible. That's just the way I do it, because if I'm driving to my website, I want to get those retargeting pixels and all that other stuff in play. So I'm trying to get them to my website fast.
Do you find another animated video?
Animated videos work. You know what's so crazy, man? White background, black text with a voiceover work. Like all of them, all kinds of videos work. But animated videos, I've seen some of those work extremely well on in-display. But hands down, live action, meaning a person actually in the video, I haven't seen anything outperform those. As a rule of thumb, across the board, across all because I've worked with people in a lot of different markets, live action is better than everything. YouTube is a personality-driven. A lot of the big YouTube people are very big personalities and stuff, so live action is the best, in my opinion. See? Yes? No? No more questions? One more question.
Back to the following to the link. So if you're trying to get them to your site fast, is it less than 2 minutes?
Less than a minute. Less than a minute. I recommend 40 to 50 seconds. Because you want to get it long enough to qualify them, yet short enough to force them into a micro conversion and action.
So if you're going the explainer video route, what's the length on those?
How long does it take to explain your, I would say if it takes 10 minutes to explain your business, something probably wrong with the business model. But most explainer videos, probably 2-3 minutes tops, right? Typically I see like a minute long is probably a good rule of thumb, but if it's 10 minutes long for an explainer video, That's like what they call it when someone's trying to sell you, and you know they get you on the phone and they want to show you their thing, and yeah, it's like that. If it's long, if it's 10 minutes, that's probably too long.
So like a tutorial.
Like a tutorial, well, that's different because it's education based, right? So if you're educating someone and they appreciate the value that you're giving them, I mean, you could make those 30 minutes if you wanted to, because the end result is what they want, and you're going to give them an end result because you're educating them. So it's different.
That's free. It's low content. Put it in education.
Well, technically speaking, you can use education-based marketing to convert people. Some markets, I know in like the finance market, people don't just make decisions like that. They need a lot of educating, or you've already built up a lot of trust. But if you're getting in front of them cold, you're not going to just convert them. That's why a lot of finance stuff you see leads in. Because what they do is they just ask for a little bit of information to move you down the conversion funnel. And then they'll call you or whatever their conversion process is. But they typically need more educating. So education-based marketing absolutely works depending on what market.
And once you establish yourself as an authority, do you see the same sort of grades?
Man, it's off the charts. Yeah, I got a client right now. His name is Drew Canoli. He's a big juicing guy. He's got like 1.6 million fans on Facebook, but he got like 150,000 subscribers on YouTube. And his ads right now, it's crazy. Like the same stuff that I'm doing for somebody else is failing miserably. And I'll admit, it's failing miserably, but for him, because he has such a, good following on YouTube, he has all of that stuff. We can actually see for all the ads we're running, how many more views that are being called earned views. That means someone saw our ad and then they went and watched other videos of his. How many subscribers that we're driving, those kind of things. And it makes a huge difference because people see all of this other content. They see this engagement. They see there's a community of the people communicating. So they feel like they're part of this movement because that's kind of his thing. It's like he has his mission, with his juicing. He wants to make juicing like a big deal. So people see that, and I think that absolutely has something to do with why his thing is just crushing.
Do you recommend that for standard? Would you recommend taking a couple of this huge subscription followers? Is that what we're going to use?
So I haven't experimented with that yet, but that's why I want to go to VidCon. Because what I want to do is I want to go to VidCon and I want to understand what the YouTubers are doing and kind of really get in that world so I can understand what's going on, and then I can probably take a company that I'm working with and be able to create a partnership, right? Because, if I can actually tell, if you're a YouTuber and you advertise, your monetization strategy to make money is advertise, I can actually buy ads on your channel and see if they perform. And then if they perform, I can go directly with you and we can do a sponsorship or product placement or anything like that. But I don't really have connections in that world like that, so that's what I'm trying to build. Because what I want to do is be able to say, you got a channel I like, you got a channel I like, you got a channel I like. I'm going to run ads on it and see how it performs. And if we like what we see, we'll go directly to them and see if we can work out a deal with them.
Well, I guess for someone who's starting out, is that revenue or
Yeah, I would probably say if you have the relationship, take advantage of it. If you don't, I would test it first because it may not, that person that you're going after may not even be the person that you really want if you're wasting your money. But if you can spend $50 or $100 to prove that, oh yeah, their audience is the one that I really want because you got some kind of data to support that, then I would say do that. So it costs you $100, right? Spend $100, you test it. Okay, I like this channel. Yes, now let me go after them. That's the way I would operate.
How does this all affect mobile? Because
Man, mobile is a whole other can of worms. But I know there are people, I'm not personally doing this, I want to, but there are people that are absolutely crushing it out, like 30 grand a day, running mobile, YouTube mobile to app downloads. Killing it. So, that's not something that I know. He'd probably shoot me if I told him. But yeah, they're doing really well. I haven't been able to make mobile work personally. Mobile, I turn it off. I do a negative 100 mobile bid adjustment on YouTube. I don't run YouTube mobile because they haven't backed out for me yet. But we're not running any app download stuff either, so I mean that might have something to do with it. But YouTube AdWords for video has a really cool feature for the tap to download thing that you can actually integrate. So I know people are cursing it on there, but I haven't personally been able to figure that out. So it's like so when you set up a mobile ad, if you're going after mobile, you can actually set I would have to show it to you. It's hard to explain, but it's like when your video is playing on the mobile device, instead of it being like click on the video, there's a little thing that pops up that you can tap. Whereas on desktop with in-stream, because these really are in-stream ads, it's really what you're buying on mobile. You're buying in-stream of other videos. On mobile device, if you tap on the screen, maybe it'll click through, I don't know, but it's like this little thing that pops up, and the language is like tap to whatever, right? And it's built specifically for the mobile environment. Is that, and you can activate it when you're setting up your ad. Yeah, it's doing the ad process when you're creating your ad. You select your video, and if you choose in-stream, and it's a little, it's hard to explain. I wish I could show it to you, but yeah. Yeah, I'll be here. I want to hang out for the chat and all of that stuff.
That's
Yes.
okay. All right, cool. Thank you. And yeah, you'll be here for the rest of the day. So if you have any other questions or call me, this will decide. I'm sure you'll.
Tether off, we're gonna tether off the motherfucker. Tether off the sucker.